All right, good morning, good evening, good night. Welcome into the Nifty Q show. We're interviewing founders, leaders, builders in the NFT space. Today I'm sitting with my good friend Young Content to touch on his rise in the NFT space, the ins and outs of making it as a content creator, Huxley and Gutter Cat Gang comments, what he's building in the dojo, and much more. I was telling Young right before the episode, man, his setup is clean. He's got all the pink, he's got the Young Content logo in the background. How are you doing today, Young?
Peace, beloved, peace. Yeah, I'm vibing, bro. I mean, Nifty Q, you're a legend in my eyes. You know, you've been making content around the same time or before me, and you know, give credit where credit is due, because you ain't gonna like the karma that's set upon you if you don't. So
I'm so glad we got to meet at NFT NYC as well. I know we were like some of the times we were like passing in while you were going out and vice versa, but I'm glad I got
I
to
was
meet
like,
the crew.
Q. It was like some Denzel Washington, fucking Ethan. Q, what up? That shit was good. That was a movie, dude.
You had the whole crew out there, man. So we'll touch on like all the events you're going to as well. I know you're out in NFT LA, you're going out to San Diego, you're doing a bunch of things in the space, but I just want to know, man, like what's going on in the Young Content world. I usually have like the dashboard of all the topics that we're gonna touch on. Today I was just like, I'm just gonna
Oh,
vibe with
okay.
Young, man. I'm just gonna vibe with
Well,
Young
you know,
today.
I've been inspired by a lot of these PFP rises, and you know, I've always said you don't got to be perfect in your NFT journey. You just got to do cool shit, and you got to bring value to your. I have a very small community in the dojo. It's like 200 people, and so we got merch coming out, which is fire. For all the holders, all the people in the dojo get free merch. We have a dojo party in NFT NYC. Hopefully that goes well. Got a lot of good collabs. Shout out to Luxwa. He's gonna be collabing with this brand here, um, and Laura Zombie. But yeah, dude, I don't really feel like I'm in Rising. I'm not. I haven't even broke the 10K mark.
But 200, I mean 200 legit community members is dope. Like that is an accomplishment in and of itself. I feel like a lot of people that tout their discords reaching 10,000 probably have like 5 people that are actually commenting in there.
Yeah, dude. I want stickiness. You know what I mean? I really want the stick. And you know when the dojo pops out, you know it's like a real like in LA, we had like 8 people in the dojo and they're all like 7 feet tall. And just like holy shit, I feel like I have like a real life movie entourage here. It's funny.
Yeah, yeah, you brought your crew along too. I know you brought a lot of guys who were creating content, like even a couple episodes that you had with Tony on LADZ City. At first he was like not in the NFT space. He was just learning, and now like your whole crew is just deep, in the NFT space. It's awesome to see you bring the crew along.
Dude, you do the same thing. I mean, I think that's the cool thing about you and me. You know, we're just like good leaders. We just kind of lead by influence instead of position.
Love it, man. Love it. So tell me. So I got a couple comments here. Tigbo saying the sensei is in the building. We got a lot of our vibe, our tribes. Danny Dan saying love the outfit. Prodigy saying pink is fly. A lot of our vibes, our tribe. So appreciate y'all for showing up early with my conversation
Our
here with
vibe, our
Young.
tribe, for
So
sure.
so Young, tell me a little bit about like what you see as the dojo. Where does this sensei terminology or culture come from? Like, where are you trying to kind of like pull from with these terms?
Oh man, I was on Nate Digital's podcast yesterday, and they asked me that same question. Young content comes from a place of it's not content. It comes from a place of brokenness. It comes from a place of failure, dude. I failed so many times in my life. I've been broken up with like 30 times. I've literally you know went through a bunch of heartbreaks in family and stuff, and couldn't keep jobs, and just you know a lot of self doubt I dealt with like for the past like for my whole 20s. And I just started creating. I started writing a lot and creating an alias called Young Content. So I was grateful for what I have instead of what I was missing, and in that whole energy was just like, oh yo, I could be the sensei of the culture if I want, the unofficial sensei of the culture, unofficial, not official, but it was just a time to take the power back, you know, through a bunch of you know, the world is crazy, dude. So you kind of have to become a character to survive it.
I feel that 100%. That's a great quote. So tell me a little bit about how you kind of you don't have to like go in depth, right? But like these times that influenced you or shaped you, kind of take me through like how you found yourself in crypto essentially. Like give me that origin story, but if you have anything that maybe shaped the sensei,
Yeah.
definitely touch on some of it.
Um, there was a friend of mine named Denny Lovejoy, and he was just like this passionate Filipino kid, and I met him through this app called Rise. This was in 2017, 2018. It was like this live streaming app that paid you in crypto called Props, but they were all it was like a startup. They were testing it all. But I met like these degen crypto, cyberpunks there, and they started saying crypto this, crypto that, and I started diving in. And next thing you know, I find Andreas Antonopoulos, and he's just like, "Whoa!" I'm like, "Dude, this is like a true teacher. I never had a teacher like that." So I was just studying his podcasts, his videos, the way he spoke. I really soaked up AA, and from that point, just realized that this technology is world changing. The aspects of NFTs, I knew it in 2017. I knew it. So I
Mm.
just started going ape shit using the money from Chick-fil-A, Best Buy, to just ape in to like shit coins, and that started going crazy, and I started being success using Ether Delta and all these crazy early applications that
What
would scam you.
what were some of these early shit coins that you were in?
Plex
I need
Coin,
Ooh, Flex. Wow.
Snovio. There was Dragon Chain. There was a bunch of stuff, dude.
A lot of things were popping off back
Electra,
then, man. Yep. Yep.
trash.
So yeah, but basically, I don't know what is around these days, but probably none of them. But anyways,
Dude,
go ahead.
I got Chainlink at fucking 20 cents
Mm.
at that time. So, paper handed that. It was just the journey's been funny, dude.
Yeah. Well, there wasn't a lot of culture back then too. Like people were trying to bring in different kind of vibes, but the NFT space really is like it unlocks that piece of for blockchain, right? It unlocks that piece where you can start to have different communities and have these, I don't know, assets that not only represent people as a person in the metaverse, but like things that can be built off of that. Like that didn't exist in 2017. It was really just like financially based in all these tokens and how much money we can make. It was like bro culture almost.
Yeah, yeah. You put it. You say it. Yeah, you say wise words. Very bro culture. Um,
So how'd you find NFTs?
I found NFTs because of a DCL blogger. You know him?
Yep.
So I saw some a YouTube video of him talking about Decentraland and some metaverse that will change the world. Like the decentralized metaverse. Decentralized. It's like that word and that trailer in 2018 was like, oh, that captivated me, and I really thought it was gonna be like some really crazy decentralized alpha place. Now it's kind of just it's kind of funny. It's like, okay, it's just like you walk around. It's like a simulator. It's like a running simulator. But I mean, they're doing their thing. They're trying. But that's what got me in. And then Gods Unchained. I started going crazy on Gods Unchained and buying that project.
Were you like playing God Unchained too? Were you streaming it and playing it?
Yeah, I was playing it. I was streaming it. Shout out to Caution Fun and Copper Pitch. Those are the OGs out there. But um, I started. That's really what in the early days of Young Content, I was just like doing tutorials on YouTube about
Mm.
Gods Unchained, not streaming, not live at all.
People like to talk about CryptoKitties as like the OG in the NFT space, and while I do, agree that that project had like a big influence on where we're at today, not many people talk about Decentraland in that piece. Like Decentraland launched really early. Were you buying into
Super early.
Mana and all that stuff?
Yeah, I bought Mana at 8 cents, dude. It's like Mana was the thing, and yeah, never about no crypto kitties. It wasn't popping. It wasn't popular. Maybe for the culture, but the media or the mainstream or that was the Decentraland, and even I miss Axie Infinity too. It was wild, but the Decentraland, I never really paid off of it because I ended up losing those lands in a robbery. Like I ended up keeping my seed phrase in a book bag that was in a car in Skid Row, LA, and some homeless person broke into the car, took the bag. I didn't have a backup, and I lost like a bunch of Decentraland plots, a bunch of stuff, estates in
Oh,
like nice areas.
damn. I've never even heard that story come out of your mouth before.
Yeah, dude, I've been robbed for literally. That's why I'm such an advocate about like fucking quadruple backing up your seed phrase in like the most secret places.
So it was all in like one backpack, and once you lost that backpack, it was gone.
Yeah, because I was a nervous wreck. I was like, dude, I got to bring the backpack with me everywhere. It's safe with me. You know what I
I
mean?
did the
And
same
like,
thing.
oh shit,
Yep.
idiot, it's not safe with you. You got robbed.
I don't mean to be laughing, dude, but
No,
damn,
no, it's
that.
funny. It's the funniest story ever.
So where did you move then from Decentraland? Kind of understand. Shout out to DCL Blogger, by the way, because I feel like he's onboarded a lot of people in that way. But
Yeah.
from Decentraland and then to Gods Unchained, and then take me through a little bit more of that timeline. And then when did you become a content creator in all this too?
Yeah, so it was during the robbery. We set up a I was with a beautiful girl. Her name was she's known as Garden of Journey, but great muralist, and she gave me a lot of wisdom, and a lot of support that I never really had. And in that time, we set up a GoFundMe for the loss, like a little loss. Oh, I lost. There was way more than at that time. It was equated to like 2 grand lost, but like look at it now, it's like hundreds of thousands.
Mm-hmm.
But it's I raised a GoFundMe 2,000, and I used that 2,000 and aped it back into Gods Unchained. And during that time, I was at a low point, no job. I was like, dude, I'm going full content creation mode. Fuck this shit. I'm going crazy. And that's when the Young Content, like the first video in December 2018 or whatever, started.
And what was that first video of? Like, what were
It
you?
was just like it was like a cry of help. It was kind of like, hey, I just lost my shit. I'm going in on this journey. You're about to see me get all this shit back plus more. And yeah, that's what I said. A statement,
And
like
that's what you
literally
did.
manifest. Yeah.
Yo, I need to watch this video, bro.
It's the first video. Well, YouTube banned the shit, so
Okay.
I'm gonna have to get that YouTube channel back. I probably have it archived in my hard drive. I'll probably upload it on Twitch or something.
Gotcha. All right, I don't want to leave this story, but you mentioned that your YouTube was banned recently. Give me an update on that. What's going on with the YouTube channel, man?
There's no update. YouTube, but the appeal team doesn't talk to you, dude. So, it's been a month, man, and I didn't even shed a tear. I was like, dude, I trust this gonna get back. I'm gonna get that channel back, but YouTube it just shows me, even if I don't get the channel back, I just don't like centralization. Like in this space in NFTs, we're just so bro culture. We're so money focused that we kind of lost the aspect of Andreas. You know what I mean? The aspect of like we
Yeah.
can actually try to be real egalitarian and change some shit with our gains here together collectively.
Yeah, a little bit of that was kind of like going to happen anyways. As the NFT space got bigger, as adoption increased, you were gonna kind of lose that like cypherpunk mentality. But it's cool to see you still have that kind of vibe, man. So what is the next step as far as like decentralizing yourself as a content creator? Is it going to more content creation platforms? Is it going on to decentralized content creation platforms? Like you being in that environment, like what can other people that are trying to create content do?
I hope that a developer that's like 16 is watching this and is just literally trying to create a decentralized YouTube right now. That's your life's mission, because you can do it. There is funding here, I believe. But, I'm using Fada TV, and I'm really trying to go hard on Fada. It is decentralized on chain, and they have some hiccups with their chain, but, the Fada chain. But I believe in that team, co-founder Steven Chen and stuff of YouTube. And it's he went away from the original YouTube aspect and the algorithm aspect. But Fada, I want to go big on Fada. I got like 400 followers on there, and I feel like it's my best bet to kind of get my voice out there without getting banned.
Why is it your best bet?
Because it's decentralized. It has the effort to be decentralized, and I think that their Discord, they constantly listen to the community. There's a lot of mix of cyberpunks and just degens, and they're just trying to find a good balance. I believe in them. I'm the guy that was using Library, Float.
Mm-hmm.
I've used all the apps.
What happened to
dude.
Library?
I have all of them.
I feel like we still
Well,
have content on Library. I just haven't logged in 10 years.
I have Library downloaded right here. It just never really went anywhere. I wanted to have a live stream. It's hard to compete with these big chains, dude. It's like sucks.
Dude, when anybody starts to like talk about how they're gonna create a decentralized social media, like decentralized Twitter, I know there's like Minds out there. Stanny from Aave is trying to do something. I know I've heard like bits and pieces on that, but like it's so hard. Like that's the biggest thing. It's the hardest thing to try to decentralize is all these social media platforms that already exist.
You got to rewire the human dopamine receptors or some shit, dude. It's like you got to Will Smith MIB flash drive them or something.
Yeah, so let's go back to that timeline, man, and I'm sure that'll like lead us back into the YouTube conversation and yourself as a content creator. But You got into Gods Unchained. You had that video. What was the next step in like 2019? There was a bear market in there too. Like I don't know how you survived.
Dude, there was a stupid bear market, bro. I don't even know how I survived. I didn't survive. We during that time, NFTs weren't sexy. I had Gods Unchained. Um, you could see if YouTube, I wish it was back, but you can see kind of the progression. I started talking about crypto. I started doing Gods Unchained tutorials. I did a Decentraland walkthrough, and then all of a sudden it lulled because of the bear market. It was like winter tundra, and then all this and that's when I just became a comedian because I was like, hey, I'm pivoting. This market is not really sexy right now. No one gives a shit, and this is I believe pre NBA Top Shot
Yep.
and or Blow Off Top. And so I started doing comedy. So with Tony, and we just started doing shot comedy, making people really cringy, and just going to Miami and in onesie suits and like jock straps and just embarrassing myself. It was funny, dude.
I
Different
still
characters.
I still remember the first couple episodes, the young content on LADZ City, like those comedy skits, dude. Those are funny. Like the NFT comment or content, but with comedy involved. Still, I feel like is not done in
So
the
needed,
space.
bro. Dude, I'm gonna make sure a studio picks us up and we can go and we can pioneer that space because I feel like I've been trying to do it so
Yeah.
hard. It's just it's tough when you got no budget.
Yeah, 100%. So you mentioned Top Shot. It sounds like you got involved in that. I know Huxley and Gutter Cat Gang are projects that you're super involved in. You wanted to touch on some anime related projects like today, but keep me on that timeline. Did you involve yourself in Top Shot? Were you in Wax? When did you find LADZ City too? I want to know that. Like what?
Oh, bro, how did I find LADZ City? I mean, LADZ City. I just was scrolling through YouTube and you guys popped up on the feed, and I just liked your energy. But from the timeline perspective, it was like, okay, comedy, comedy, comedy. It's not going anywhere. Living off ramen and salads with Tony. Tony broke his back, so he was in a wheelchair. So I had to like push him around wheelchairs all the time, and we were fighting and bickering and shit. It's like, dude, we're fucking. What the fuck are we doing? It's like some serious like roadie just
Wow.
trying to make it thing. And at that time, I was going crazy on Top Shot because I was flipping some Gods and Chain cards and some shit coins, and I think I sold out of Bitcoin, and I went all in on Top Shot in June. That was June 20, like June 2019,
It was like later.
and then
Yep.
yeah, and then June 2020, maybe 2019, and then January hit 2020, and then it just started popping off
Yep. I
during
think that's
January.
the
Boom,
right
boom, boom, boom.
timeline, right? The
Yep.
2020 is when it first started to kind of get together.
It was either 2021 because it's only been a year, so it had to be 2020 and then 2021. Boom.
Yep.
So in 2020, that's when I aped in June. In 2021, it popped off,
Yep.
and I was like, okay. I saw some content creators coming out. I was like, dude, I'm going into NFTs.
Yep.
That's 2021 January is when I fully became NFT like the show.
I had no idea that you had that whole backstory with Tony and breaking his back and living on ramen. Like a lot of people in the space are younger, to be honest, males that just kind of like said, I'm gonna fully ape into this shit with zero money, and it's really freaking cool to see you have success, man. Especially knowing, I already thought that before, but knowing that backstory and how you went all in, it could have ended up different. Like could have happened to somebody else.
Yeah, bro. I literally, I really believe that the way your mind thinks, so you become. So I'm just constantly just thinking like, yo, I'm gonna make this shit because you failed so many times. There's only one way. You hit the machine slots one more
Mm.
time, you can. I pulled a bunch of cherries, bro. It's like, I pulled a bunch of sevens.
Yeah.
I just kept hitting the slots. It's like build brick by brick, one brick at a time, and then all of a sudden you have like a good foundation. So
Shout out to all the females out there too. I didn't mean to throw y'all under the bus with that. There's a lot of you
shout out
out
to
there
the.
grinding. How was
They're coming in
NFTLA, by the
strong,
way?
bro. They're coming in strong.
How was NFTLA?
Oh, it was fun. I mean, it wasn't like New York, dude. I mean, NFTLA, it's trying to find its legs. There's a lot of newbies that kind of just like looking around and trying to like be cool with it. And I'm like, hey, what up, dude? What up? What up? It's just that's the energy I love about New York. It's like a more like everyone is a familiarity there. LA, it was fun. The Huxley party was the highlight of my night. I mean, I didn't go to the Azuki party, but I heard that was a highlight for others. But Huxley made that thing happen, and I'm proud of that team. And yeah, it's just the energy was a little different.
Yeah, you've had this great connection with Huxley, Ben Morrow, obviously. Like, yeah, I remember having him on NFT Live to talk about his Evolution project. I think that was
Dang,
the
you
name
had
of it.
him on?
Yeah, we had him on for his first drop on Flow before
Wow.
he kind of like did the Huxley release. Which, looking back, there's so many projects like Huxley where I'm like, damn, that was so easy to tell that it was gonna pop, and it has, and that was a great win for you. So, how did you find Huxley? Like, what are you doing with them today?
Oh, dude. I'm really trying to. I'm trying to. I think there's a cool partnership with Feature, which is it kind of powers Huxley in the whole Hollywood space in the IP world, but Huxley itself is just a juggernaut, man. I mean, I interviewed Ben for Evolution too, and I think that project never went anywhere because of the marketplace. It shows you when you're not on ETH mainnet, it's like it's kind of detrimental. Like you want to be on ETH mainnet unless you're like Star Atlas or something.
Hmm.
But yeah, he decided to do ETH mainnet, and I'm like, okay, well, if he does ETH mainnet, he has this art, it's gonna pop off. He kind of told me about Huxley during that evolution thing, and he was told me it was his baby. So I was just connecting the dots. I was like, if this is his baby, and I was started doing research on YouTube, and I started. He has like Unreal Engine 4 video tutorials and game development. I'm like, dude, this guy has a lot of secrets up his sleeve, and I missed the Pixel Vault train hard, so I was like, dude, I'm not. This is my Pixel Vault, and I went super dumb hard on that one.
And it's turned out really well. Give me some of your other hits and misses along the way.
Hits and misses would probably be Yetis. I could bought Yetis. That sucks. I bought Misfits University. I bought Crypto Knit. So this is a funny story. In March or April, I was in Lake Lore, North Carolina, just family vacation, and I brought my cell phone, internet's ass out there, and there's this Cardano NFT called Crypto Nitties, and I'm like super like, oh, I need some Crypto Nitties. While Crypto Nitties is happening, Bored Apes is happening, so I'm like, miss, hit and a miss, dog, hit and a miss.
How many nitties do you have though? How many
I have like
nitties?
7 nitties, bro, and they were all like $300.
Oh man, dude, I have all. If you're in the space long enough, you have all those stories though. Like I missed on Huxley, I missed on Cyber Kongs, I missed on like so many of these ones that have popped up. I don't have any doodles. I don't have any.
Me neither.
Did you hit any
Me neither.
Azuki?
No doodles, no Azukis,
No.
no Clone X's, none of that.
What stops you from like? Is it just your time? Because I feel like that is with me. I'm like kind of like pulled in a lot of different directions, especially as a content creator, the LADZ community and things like this. It's like I don't have enough time to go across the whole space and see what I put my money in. What stops you from investing in like an Azuki, a Doodles, or like missing out on some projects?
I think it's the aspect of I always have this like can a project can a project be the next Bored Ape? I think I have a handicap because I'm always like no one's gonna do what Bored Ape did, no one. And then all of a sudden you're starting to see these 28 floors, and so it's kind of like a doubt of like I kind of doubt these projects, man. I mean, I've been wrecked so many times
Mm.
that I can't just go off faith. Oh, this is the next big blue chip. It's just who gives a fuck. I mean, you just have to love what you have. You have to go in on what you have. You got to do a dingaling. Go all in on something that you believe in. And if it fails, you fail. If you win, you win. It's like you really gotta truly believe it, not just so because someone said it. Like
Mm.
you gotta really put in that work.
Yeah, I want to get some of your take, like Alpha, on this kind of phase that we're in now. What other projects you're looking at? But before that, Gutter Cat from the beginning, in my opinion, has had those vibes. Like I think Gutter Cat is still underrated within the larger community as it relates to like being seen. I think they're seen as a blue chip. Maybe some people don't see him that way, but what are your takes on Gutter Cat Gang? I know you guys are at all the events for GCG and Gang, so What's your take on Gutter Cat?
The gutter cats are like they're probably the coolest people I've ever met. They're all characters. They're all full
That's
of rare
facts.
traits.
Yeah.
Once you hang out the IRL, it's like that's the guy. They create. They have businesses. Everyone is cool. Like I've never met a gutter that wasn't just like just vibing and just wanting to talk to you and just vibe. And um, I'm really sad I missed Bored Apes, but I feel like I found family in the gutter, and that's why I have to ride for them so hard. And if they if them and if Young Content and the Gutter can collab in the future, I think it'll be great. Because I really want to see that brand go 20 ETH. I mean, you have a lot of it shouldn't just take a Nike partnership to make a project go 20 ETH. Like the Gutter, all the Gutter really needs right now is a one celebrity pop off. That's what
Hmm.
the space is. It's like, oh, one celebrity. They have the utility, gang tokens coming out. They got fire merch. They got a cool community. I don't know. I just need them to go over 20 ETH.
What did you think of the Gutter Clone release? And also, we lost your camera. It looks like we lost your camera. I don't know if you want to toggle that on and off, but it said,
Camera's gone.
yeah. There you
What
go.
about now?
You're back. You're back.
I'm back.
I got
You got a 10-second delay on stream.
I got a frozen audio or a frozen video. I got your audio. So, Tig, make sure you flip
Frozen
this out.
video? That should not happen. Probably in the most awkward face too. Holy shit.
It's a standard. Oh, there you go. Okay, you are back. Let's. Well, I don't know where we were. What did you think about the Gutter Clone release?
I think it's fire. I think all the Gutter clones. You could tell they took the time on the artwork. Is the chat okay? I'm still frozen.
You're good. You're good. Hash Rhyme says YouTube's rugging you again though.
Oh my gosh! Please don't get banned because of me, dog. Sheesh! But no. The Gutter Cat art is amazing. I'm keeping my vials. I'm not even doing anything with them. I don't need the clone. I don't really know too much about the clone. Do I have to burn that clone to get? I want to just keep the vials, bro.
I was just about to ask you because I haven't done the vials. I have the vials. I haven't done it either. I know some people were upset that like it's happening in sequence, like the rat vials aren't happening or something like that yet. It's like in sequence, so I'm keeping my vials too.
Yeah, dude. I hit up Gutter Dan in the text message. I was like, dude, get on the show. He was like, he sent me a text. He said, we'll do it soon, Poppy.
Gutter Dan, we had you scheduled on
And he flaked on me, dude.
And did he Gutter Dan, what's up, man?
Gutter Dan says, oh, we're doing legality and stuff. We can't talk right now. I'm like, all right, bro. King Blackboard was like, I'm not doing press right now. I'm like, King Blackboard, come on, bro.
They're definitely we got caught up in a little NFT live drama with Gutter Cat because you know how you have to play the YouTube algorithm. You got to make good thumbnails. My editor does a great job of that, and we got caught up in some Gutter Cat drama. So I don't know how welcome we are in the gang anymore. Here,
What was the drama?
it was just we were talking about what's his name? Somebody who left the community recently. NFTs Anonymous.
Yeah.
He made that big drama. So the whole thing was, is Gutter Cat Gang toxic? So that was the thumbnail. Is Gutter Cat Gang toxic? And
Why did NFT Anonymous leave? I just had dinner with the kid, man.
he was saying that people are toxic. TLDR. That some people were toxic. He sold all his Gutter Cats, all this stuff.
Man, people are gonna be toxic everywhere, bro. You just gotta, you're not gonna agree with everyone all the time.
And
It's just, there's a balance. Yin and yang. Gotta do the sensei thing. Gotta yin and yang it, man.
and I mean, in every community, you probably have some lurkers that are just absolutely toxic. So yeah, I agree. We said that on the NFT live stream, but people took the thumbnail and did what they did with it. Obviously, like one person tweeted about it, and then every other commenter.
Holy
was
shit! Good job, bro.
saying,
You about to be Keemstar, this motherfucker.
Listen, we got to mend the fences before I can be Kingstar. So, all right, so let's get back in the timeline. We're in this huge rabbit hole here. So, you got involved in Huxley. You got some. I'm assuming you got some Gutter Cat Gang. You said there's like an Azuki kind of vibe going on, right? Like people are trying to kind of play off this anime vibe. What are some of the projects that you're looking at right now that you're getting involved in?
Well, shout out to Hoss Pass. I mean, I went in on Hoss Pass like a motherfucker too. So, I mean, I split it between 8 wallets. I got Murray on 8 accounts. I'm chilling on Murray, and their manga's coming out. And my brother, he's a big anime fan. He's like, I don't really like it. Doesn't look anime. It doesn't look manga to me. I'm like, dude, well, it looks manga to me, and I'm gonna ride that narrative. But there's another project that I like. It's called Kami Tribe, Kami Tribe, and they have some cool tokenomics. If you have a Kami Genesis, a Kami main, all Kami Genesis get a Tanto knife. You combine all three of these assets to get a Hirakiri, which is kind of like this evolved Ascension form, Super Saiyan form thing. I like that they were been around for like 2 months and they haven't really rugged. They've been kind of engaging with the community. They had a resurrection yesterday. Everyone is super excited. So I mean, I just think that the anime thing, it's a $1 billion industry. Sad that I miss Suzuki's, but all my friends and everyone in the dojo loves anime. So it's like, they're like, hey, Sensei, watch One Punch Man, watch Attack on Titan. And I think there's some validity here. But the space changes like diapers. So maybe tomorrow we'll be talking about like fruit NFTs and shit or farming, you know?
The fruit, wait, no, the farm DeFi pieces. Remember the food DeFi platforms? They're in
Oh,
DeFi
dude,
summer.
sushi, the pancakes, the everything.
We had pretty much every food you can imagine in that DeFi summer there. So let's touch on a little bit on your project, what you're doing in the dojo, and some of the NFTs you released back in the day as well. So what's going on with your own projects, Young?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't really get. I have 40 more toys left to get into the dojo, and then I close it. The dojo's doors don't really open that often. They're like sealed with like dragons. I don't really want to make toys. I don't want to make NFTs all the time. Um, that's not my goal. My goal is like to build a strong, sticky ass community where we have like getaways in Mexico and we hang out as family. And yeah, I have 40 more toys left until I close it for like a year. But don't get it twisted. After that year, I have a lot of cool devs under my sleeve that we will kind of make some cool alpha. You know, I love the models where if you hold something, you get something, or you burn something. The whole tokenomics aspect of this game, like the way that Huxley showed me, has inspired me to. There's something called Fidgetals that is about to pop off. There's a bunch of cool designers like Luxwa that's going to create a digital version of this, and you'll be able to redeem it for the physical print. And this is like a Japanese curse print.
Mm,
Um, so it's called Fidgetals, and I think that Fidgetal aspect, physical digital, how it
digitals.
integrates on
Yeah.
e-commerce platforms and socials and stuff, should be like the talk of the town.
Well, I had a bunch of people on the network here over the past week, and we were talking about NFTLA, talking about hosting events and the stickiness that's created with that. Like a lot of people that have found projects, they don't want to deal with that because it takes time. It takes a little bit more from an effort standpoint. It's not as efficient, but the stickiness you get in creating bonds with your community is like nothing else. So you mentioned Mexico, you mentioned a couple different events. Like, is this going to be a situation where you're hosting events and then your holders get to come to those events? How are you looking at that?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's gonna be a. I mean, shout out to you. I mean, I think I told you about the dojo party in NFT NYC. I would love the lads to pop out. The lads have a place in the dojo, always. That's what I could extend to the lads OVOT. And yeah, they're gonna do a party out there in NFT NYC, a little day party, just to bring all the collections together. The Dead Fellas, the Fox Fams, the Huxleys, all in one roof and kind of all everyone just talk and vibe with each other. I think that's the power of this thing we're building. Q is like we can really bring these projects that love us together, under one roof, and it doesn't have to be some cringy conference. It could just like be, hey,
Yeah.
here's a drink, here's some good food, network, you know, President Obama, the shit.
Are you talking at NFT NYC? You speaking?
No, I don't do the speaking thing, dude.
Thank God.
I'm not a really good speaker when it comes to the speaking stuff.
Yeah. I know there's probably people watching this right now that are like, I'm speaking at NFT NYC. So if you're speaking at NFT NYC, go and do your thing. But I agree, like having the events, the satellite events. Gift Ed was on the network this week as well, talking about how the satellite events are just the way to go, man. So it's gonna be cool to connect, and I'll definitely take you up on that invitation. I hope I can see some lads out there too.
Dude, it's time. It's time.
So what else is going on, man? So you let's go back into kind of the content creation piece, because there's some people that are here that are listening, either here on YouTube Live, or they're listening on audio afterwards. Like, they want to be content creators in the space. What is your journey like? Being a content creator in the space. What tips could you give after doing this for years?
Yeah. Um, I would say don't be afraid to hit up like some OGs or like me at any time about like technicalities, because that technicality shit will like hold you up for a while. Like the audio, what equipment I need. You could really make a really good stream with I hate to say this, but like $1,200, $1,500 budget. Also just be a character too. Like, look at the models of Doctor Disrespect. Can you be a character? Can you like have you been through some shit where you can harness a new identity or whatever? Like, tap into that. Meditate before you do this shit. Like, really meditate and see if this is your purpose. Not everyone is meant to be a rapper. I have to tell all the people in Charlotte, it's like, dude, you can't rap. Just don't rap. Like, be a plumber. Be an electrician or something. Like, make sure this is your calling, and yeah, just do your research, man. Like, really dig into these projects, dig in, talk to these early projects that are like 2,000 followers, talk to the founders, see if they really are going to pop off. Because once you have one good pop off and you talk about it on YouTube, I seen it with Parallel in my life. Like, it just, things happen, starts things, people start to trust you, you build that currency of trust. And I think all those things will help you be a better content creator and let people like me and Q and other people see you like, yo, I want you on the show. Like, this place is all about collaboration. So
True collaboration too. Like that's what I felt like. We mentioned these events as well, and like connecting with each other over the past 6 months. I've felt that more from the people that have been in this space for a little bit longer, because the projects have now gotten a chance to mature a little bit. Whereas in the beginning, they're just grinding, trying to release something, in that first year. Now everyone can kind of just say, hey, look, let's take a step back. Here's the communities that are actually in this, and let's connect. So I agree with all those points, man.
yeah, dude. There's been so many influencers that have been falling this in this space like flies. Like the homie Lance from the gutters. Like, dude, I quit the space. I'm done. NFT's anonymous says he's like he's done. People disappearing left and right. I'm like, dude, it's not that serious. It's like I feel like if you're shit posting all the time, dude, that shit takes a mental toll on the brain.
Mm.
It's cool to shit post. It's just build a goddamn community and give a fuck about who you talk to, and stop don't rug anyone, and the universe will be on your side.
Naval says play long term games with long term people, and I've vibed with that. Like, really, you should be looking at it as a marathon, not a sprint. So, and other people
Shout
that
out to
are,
Nipsey Hustle on that one.
and you
The
can
marathon.
see people from afar that do the same thing. So, I definitely love the way that you're doing it. I feel like we're praising each other too much right now in this podcast. We got to get into more like description and discussion here on the podcast. I'm sure people are looking in to get some information. So let where do I want to take this, man? Like, what else do you have coming up on your roadmap? Do you got anything besides the event here in NFT NYC? Like you said, you're opening up the dojo for a little bit longer. How could people get involved?
Yeah, yeah. Just get a toy. Go on at Young Show on Twitter, and just there's like 40 more toys. It's a Christmas doll that never sold out, and then I just send you an invite. Other than that, I'm just kind of advising on a lot of cool projects that I believe are going to really pop off. I mean, I know this space well, so um, there's a project that Bitcoinski put on my radar called Robo Ramen. So I'm gonna have them on the show. He really liked Bitcoinski. He's a rockstar developer here. Works with like the Woodies and Mark the Habibi
Hmm.
and the Dead Friends and the Dead Fellows on their contracts. So when a developer tells me something's cool, I kind of listen to that. I'm trying to do more like ask developers that I trust about projects they're working on in the early phases. I'm also working on whitelist for the dojo. Shout out to the project called Inferno. They're kind of like an Elden Ring or
Hmm.
MMORPG in the NFT space. So it's called Inferno. So yeah, dude, I'm just trying to get a bunch of whitelists. There's what I noticed. I wanted to ask you. Tony and Diamond Doll are doing these like IRL NFT meetups in Charlotte,
Mm.
and we've been noticing a lot of new people are like, dude, where do I go? Like, where do I go? It's tough. They just don't know where to go, and I don't want to tell them Twitter Spaces and Discord. That's why I probably have to. We just got to figure out a way to like onboard. It's tough to onboard the new people, but I feel like the best way to onboard is join the dojo from personally, and then that think tank helps like understand shit.
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, everybody can find their own community too. Like that's what's cool about NFT space getting bigger. One of the things that I was talking with Easy about yesterday actually is like how it's felt like maybe there's more like a supply of projects in the NFT space now to almost the same amount of people. So maybe like the communities are being hurt by that, where like people are being drawn away to another community that's popping up. But I feel like there's enough out there now where somebody that's going to these meetups can find their own, or maybe they could create a project just from that meetup. I don't know.
You're, yeah, you're right. I mean, look at some of these projects that stuck around. I mean, I feel like Yeti still has a cool community, right? People still in Yeti's chats and shit talking, hey, let's resurrect this. Or
Yeah.
I seen it in the Crypto Skulls. They died. There's a bunch of people talking in there. It's hard who to trust, you know?
It's crazy to see like a project die though, because to your point, it's like just build, just keep building. Like you don't need to be Bored Ape tomorrow. Like how does a project die unless the people just give up? Like that is the how did Crypto Skulls die? Did they just
Um
give up?
uh they just had a weird developer that was just like pushing a game that never was coming out.
Uh
I don't really know if Crypto Skulls is the alpha. I mean, the whole Gary V thing. Like, I remember talking to that Crypto Skulls guys. Like, dude, where's the game, dude? Like, you've been telling me there's a game coming for 6 months, and I'm like, it's just. I feel like a really good project is just gonna have a good mod team. It's gonna have like a little sticky loyalty, like you have with like Fun Uncle and Easy. But it's like I'm trying to find these other models. They just don't. They're not really there. Pixel Vault has a great community. The Founders DAO, that's always sharing good information. I'm just trying to give the audience like real practical way of play places.
hmm.
If you have a place, you know, consider yourself lucky.
Yeah, I saw these Charlotte meetups, man, that were happening, and one of the questions I wanted to bring to the table was like, if someone wants to do this in their local community, what is, like, I'm sure you've attended some of these, like, what is the process, or kind of like what is something that they could do here in their local community? Like, what are some things like y'all have found success with, or Tony has found success with doing these events in Charlotte?
Yeah, just find a team, and also build like a PowerPoint slide or a Google slide, and you're gonna market it out there. Use some flyers on some like local bars and breweries and stick them on there, and you'll just have a bunch of people come in, and from that point, they're gonna want to be onboarded. They're gonna want to know how to download MetaMask and stuff, and what projects like they might can get in that's affordable. Um, the cool thing about Tony and Diamond is they're entertaining. They entertain, and Tony's funny, and they have some charisma to them,
Yeah.
and they have a good education aspect. So as long as you're just showing up, maybe do it at like a little bar, partner with like a brewery, and have people come and just hang out.
So, just a question here on these events, because I'm personally interested as well. Is it the same type of like setting each time from the standpoint of like you get new people each time where you have to have that same onboarding discussion
Oh
done
yeah,
next
dude. It's
month?
it's like
It's
it's
never
a
like a
new people. It's
graduation.
an OGs, and then it's OGs go away, new, more new, then OGs come back. It's like this like weird conundrum.
You almost need like an OG night where like only the people that have graduated the academy or whatever
Yeah,
can
that's
go to.
yeah, yeah. We need to really partner with these businesses, and Tony and Diamond been killing. They got the Charlotte Business Group. They got a bunch of cool stuff that they have partners and incentivizing and maybe coming out with a token, but we're just kind of going the hair. We're doing the tortoise before the hair thing.
Love it, man. Love it. So I've got DJ Savage asking a great question here that's kind of related to a topic that you were discussing about 5 minutes ago. But he asked, where would you like to be in 5 years? Still doing this, doing something else? Question mark.
Dude, I'm trying to be in movies, bro. That's what I'm gonna be in. I'm gonna be in Huxley movie. I'm probably gonna be in the Parallel movie, and I'm just gonna be like a funny comedy alpha sensei in some type of movie.
That's sick, man. So wait, when do these start to come out? Like, what's the I know a little bit about. I saw the Huxley trailer, for example, but I didn't see the parallel news about their movie.
Yeah, they're I'll tell you some. I don't know if I can say this, but just say that the Parallel team and the Huxley team are closer than you think, and there's a bunch of that those sci-fi IPs in the NFTs are kind of like brothers,
Mm.
and yeah, I really want to be in these movies. I know I could fucking act like Shia LaBeouf if I really tried, and that's the goal, bro. 5 years and probably just be off in the wilderness somewhere. I just disappear for like 10 years or something like Snoop Dogg or Dre, and then
And then pop back up.
10 years an album doesn't come out, just
If you,
disappear.
what does the NFT space look like when you pop back up after 10 years of being in the woods? What does the NFT space look like? What are we on to next?
Fuck, I hope it's not Ready Player One and IOI runs the whole game,
Yeah.
but um the SEC and the old politics. Uh, it's gonna be a fight, dude. I don't think it's gonna be that easy. But I don't want to be a pessimist, but I think um, as long as we have some Serbian kid that's 15 years old that restarts the internet or something when they shut it down, we'll always be fine. I feel
Interesting.
like I don't want to do the whole Rebel versus Sith shit, but that's where my mind goes. Some reason.
I love that the kids from Serbia there too. So I'm gonna ask the metaverse question here because we've been asking that for the past week. ApeCoin is gonna have some like land utility there. Bored Ape is gonna launch the other side. You mentioned getting into the space via Decentraland. Like, what do you take? What is your take on metaverses right now?
I think still too early to call, but ApeCoin definitely Apeverse, whatever other side. Seeing the pullback of Sandbox from like 4 ETH to 1.9 is a sign. Um, I think the apes are just like a rolling thunder, man. They're like an avalanche, just big snowball, more and more. I think they have the resources to build. You have other projects, kind of like Nifty Island.
Mm.
Shout out to Charles, but it's like you know, um, that's the beauty of the space. I have options, and I'm hearing that Meta and Apple are at war with each other when it comes to this metaverse build. So if they join together, that's going to be dangerous. I want them at war as long as possible, so other side can really pop in. Um, I'm not opposed to using Meta just to build the brand,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm not buying. I'm not going to be aping into NFTs, and maybe that security is suspect as well. But I'm trusting in the other side right now.
Love it, man. Love that answer. So I'm gonna open it up for like the last 2 minutes here to any community questions. Coca Jenkins is saying, "Are you interested in making your own movies in the future? Is there a
Um,
young director out there?"
yeah, man. Maybe get on. I'm maybe on my Jordan Peele. I love suspense. I love Alfred Hitchcock a lot, and I played Jack the Ripper in my own little movie with an accent, and I just like trying stupid shit, man. I really do. I really like trying crazy stuff, and who knows? Maybe I come out, with the NFT gains and make a cool movie that inspires people. I think that's the highest form of humanity is to inspire. So if I could do it through movies, through podcasts, it's just to inspire. So
I'm glad to have you on here today on the Nifty Q Show, man. Like hearing your background again, like more in depth, gave me more insight into like just not only who you are today, but like more, I guess, gratitude in the fact that you made it. That's it's and to your point earlier too, we both haven't made it. In where we see
yeah, we have it,
ourselves in
man.
the future. So
Yeah, we're just I feel like this just the dust of what's coming. So this is just the precipice of what's coming. But hopefully we stay solid and people lean on us and we don't change
Love it, man.
and become dickheads.
I've got yeah. I'm working every day to make sure that doesn't happen. Asmodai is asking a weird question here. Do you often feel you're in a parallel existence? Question mark. And Fabian's asking how long will PFP type NFT projects still dominate? Do you see that changing soon? So I know that's like it's a lightning
Yeah, I'm
question.
definitely in the multiverse, bro. I'm living in a parallel universe. You see me when I take off. I'm just joking. I literally live this life, but it's sometimes when you're so social, I'm kind of an introvert too. So the whole introvert extrovert, you can say it's parallel, but that's cool about this space. You can be your PFP and you can be your human form, and they can integrate. And to the other question, what was the other question?
How long will the PFP type NFT projects dominate? Do you see it changing soon?
Dude, they're not going away. I mean, if your identity is running around in the metaverse, and people are like recognizing these IPs over and over again and like praising them like gods. I mean, bored apes get praised now like some deity. So it's like
Yeah.
I don't think that's going away. And celebrities buying in Wiz and Snoop Dogg and trying to tell all his friends and all these friends and play players. This I don't think it's going away like that.
People are always looking for the next like meta or next, and when I say meta I don't mean like meta's Facebook meta, I mean like the next play, the next alpha, like oh gaming's next, art's next, music's next. It's like there are a billion people, billions of people still that need to get onboarded into the NFT space with their own avatar, with their own unique PFP. That's a large market. If that's the way we're moving, PFPs, I don't see as going away. So I agree with you.
Yeah, dude, the entire nation of Africa is probably gonna have a PFP.
So exactly. Every that's the idea, is to have everybody be there. But guys, we are about at an hour, so I'm going to put a quick close here to the Nifty Q show. We had Young Content on the network. Anytime we can get Young Content, I'm sure he'll be on NFT Live here shortly as well. Speaking of NFT Live, we're doing a giveaway. It's a 24-hour giveaway starting from like right freaking now. Go on to the last NFT Live. We just had it yesterday. We had BitLectro, we had Ronan, we had Easy, and put a comment in that YouTube episode of what you liked about or what you like about BitLectro Labs VX, or anything you like about LADZ City or anything like that. Just comment in that video. We'll get you entered into a giveaway for a BitLectro Labs Dreamer. One person will win that. So thank you for the BitLectro Dreamer. I want to give a quick shout out to that team, but a bigger shout out here to Young Content for coming on the Nifty Q show today.
Thank you, beloved. I appreciate it. I got to get you on the show, hear your story. Thanks for being my friend.
I appreciate you, brother. And my story is nowhere near Skid Row. I'll tell you that, bro. So you got a much more interesting the background there with just everything that you kind of laid out here today. But I appreciate you coming on today, and I'll see you soon, man.
Peace.
Thank y'all.
Later, everyone.
OVOT.
OVOT. Bye bye bye. Drive.